What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have myself, AlphaDog Bets, here with my guy, JD, from Line Movers. JD, welcome back, brother. How are you today?
Doing good, man. I'm glad to be back. Yesterday was the first time I have completely unplugged, and since honestly I do not know when, because actually usually when I'm off, actually take an off day, I'm still keeping up with actually everything, and still usually running as far as Twitter and all the other things. But as far as yesterday, I was completely plugged, didn't know what was going on, and it was definitely nice. But yeah, come back today and realize I need to catch up on a lot of shit.
There we go. Well, welcome back in the fold, brother, and we have a beautiful baseball slate to get into. Do you want to tell everyone what you did yesterday, or you want to keep that private?
Yeah, no. I actually went and fished actually all day. It was a fun trip. We definitely caught some nice fish. Super rough though. The wind was blowing really hard. But besides that, it was a great day though.
I'm glad you had a good time, brother, and I'm sure the people are happy you're back to dive into the baseball slate. Before we get into a little baseball, JD, on the show, we always go over our recap. You ready to dive into our Monday recap? Which might be a little bleak for you because you just explained how limited you were yesterday, but let's dive into the Monday recap. JD, how'd you do yesterday?
Yesterday for me, I ended up losing a couple of units. The only real highlight, as far as yesterday's card for me, was very small. But I did have make sure I have the number right. But I did have a Caleb Williams touchdown at plus 500, yeah. So him actually getting that on the first touchdown of the game was a fun way to start that game. Fun way to start it because the end for me was not fun because I was on the Bears there. Looking back at that game, that was definitely a Bears first half play.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that one was definitely on me there.
I understand that. I'll dive in here next, guys. I was on the Vikings, so it was a good day for me. I am definitely happy with the way everything played out, so I cannot complain. With the way that game ended, I do understand that if you were on the Bears, that was a tough one. I mean, the game looked the entire time like the Bears were the right side, but let me tell you something, JD. We have to talk about this. Do you think what's the right term here? What do you think of Caleb Williams after that performance?
When he's, the first part of that game, I was like, all right, maybe he is going to kind of take that next step. Really, actually, as far as their offensive line, there's what I really wanted to watch, to see if he was, not going to get sacked 50 times. And actually, overall, they actually did hold actually up well. Like I said, Caleb Williams to start the game, he looked great. I mean, what actually was he? 10 for 10 or something like that?
On that first drive, he was unbelievable. He looked fantastic.
His throws were looking good, but then it just got progressively worse as the game went on. So the Bears, it's just one game. So, I'm there's lots of games that I could talk about because I have not talked about any of them yet from last week, but I'm not going to go all into that. But you don't want to overreact to the first week. But no, the Bears still kind of look like the Bears.
There's no other way to put it, JD. And I know the Bears defense was missing a couple key secondary players last night, but that didn't make the difference. The reason they lost was not because of their secondary. It was because the offense completely stalled out in the second half. I think that's the best way to put it, JD. They could not get anything going on the offensive side of the ball. Caleb Williams reverted back to the rookie year Caleb Williams, where he held the ball too long, was taking some bad sacks, making some bad throws as well. And by the end of the third quarter, he was so shell-shocked, he couldn't hit the open throws. There were guys wide open he was missing. So great comment by Stetsy Boy here. The Bears will be healthy next week, so we'll have to see how it plays out. But, Ben Johnson, doesn't matter. He still looked bad. The Bears still look like they struggled.
Yes, and thank you for bringing that up as far as Ben Johnson. Because you could tell by some of his play calls and what he was doing, especially in the first half when he was going for certain things on fourth downs. I absolutely loved it. Yep. As far as the play calls. But Ben Johnson needs to remember now that he has this Bears roster and not the Lions roster.
Yep.
Guys cannot do the same things that
100%.
like Lions can.
100%.
So that's where I feel like it's going to be interesting as we go the next few games to see how he makes those calls actually, like as the games go.
100%. Could not agree with you more, JD. All right. We have a beautiful MLB slate we're breaking down today. You ready to dive into the MLB action?
Definitely.
All right, let's get it, bro. First game we're breaking down today is going to be the New York Metropolitans going back to Philly and taking on them Phillies. Last night, boy, was that a doozy. Was that a snoozer? A 1-0 win by the Phillies. Not much really happened in that game. Phillies took an early 1-0 lead, and they coasted till the end, with that being the final score. Pitching matchup for this game for your Mets is Sean Manaea. Manaea's 1-2 on the year with a 5.6 ERA and a 1.24 whip. On the other side is Ranger Danger Suarez. He's 11-6 with a 2.89 ERA. JD, the Phillies are coming in as slight favorites, a little bit more than slight. They're a minus 130 currently on the line. They are 46-23 at home. They have doubled. Well, they're 2-1 at home this year. They're a fantastic home ball club. On the other side, the Mets are putrid on the road. They're 31-41, 10 games below 500. All that being said, JD, we got the Metropolitans. We got the Phillies. What do you got?
Man, the Mets have started to become one of those teams that I just cannot seem to get right. Whenever I think that as far as, they should hit, they just don't hit. And when I go to bed like against them, they always seem to do well. They really are becoming, like for me, like that team. For this one though, I had to make a play here. And as far as the Phillies, I just don't really understand this price. I think they should be priced actually like a lot more here. Well, not a lot more, but more like the 155 range.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's where I'm at. Because like you said, on the mountain.
Breaking Mets news immediately.
Okay.
Frankie Montas, big price free agent acquisition, who's been dog shit for them. Well, unfortunate for Mr. Montas, he is needing Tommy John surgery. Not only has he been ruled out the remainder of this year, which is obvious, he has been already ruled out for 2026. The Mets, I believe, gave him a multiple-year deal. I think they gave him a multiple-year deal in free agency. Instead of re-signing Luis Severino or some of the other big-name pitchers, they went to broken Frankie Montas, who's been hurt every single year for the last 6-7 years. This is nothing new. This continuously happens to him. So hate to see that for a guy like Montas, but can't say it wasn't something that was predictable. I'll just put it like that. Sorry, JD, had to jump in there, especially when we got the news about someone on these two teams.
Let's say, as far as timing, that was
right.
But on the mound, like you said, Phillies, we got our guy Ranger Danger. And I mean, if you look, I mean, like he's just been pitching well, man.
Yep.
I will say, the game before last versus the Braves, I had a play on that game. I was on the full game over, and actually that one, and somehow he only gave up one earned run.
Mm-hmm.
The Braves literally had 10 hits against him, not in the whole game, just against him, and he somehow only gave up one earned run. That credit to him, I should guess. There's tough to really do. But besides that game where, like I said, he was just getting up a tons of hits, he has just been pitching really, really well.
Yep.
As far as the Phillies lineup goes, I mean, like they've also been doing well. Pull up something here real quick.
Besides yesterday when neither lineup could do anything.
Well, sure. If you're actually looking at the past three weeks, which as far as the lineups, that's what I normally kind of go off of there. They actually are in the top 5 or either top 3, and actually like a lot of stats here. But then on the other side, we got, I'm going to call him our guy, Sean, because man, he just hasn't been looking good.
No.
He has actually come back, and what I think he has 9 or 10 starts now.
He's got enough that we can kind of grade how he's done so far this year. There's enough of a sample size now, but the one thing I do have to say about him, JD, his last 2 starts, granted, they weren't fantastic, but the Mets did win the last 2 times he's been on the bump.
Yes. They have backed him up, and they have backed him up with their bats because he is giving up runs. This is one where to me, it's just as simple as I think the Phillies are just actually mispriced here. As far as the starter, I think they have the better one there. Bullpens, really not a fan of either one of these pins. I don't really see any real big edge there. And then as far as the lineup, especially in this certain situation, I have to give it to the Phillies also here. I am officially on the Phillies here.
Question for you, JD. So me and Hefe talked about this yesterday, but you know how we've said all summer that you play the hot teams in the summer months. You fade the cold teams in the summer months. Whoever's bats are doing well, you like to ride them because that's how it plays out in the summer. Do you consider the summer over? I know technically the summer's not over, but we were talking about that yesterday. I now am capping baseball completely different as of probably 3-4 days ago than I was even as of 2-3 weeks ago. So what are your thoughts on that?
Like honestly, as soon as football completely starts up, that's when I kind of change up. As far as my volume goes way down, not just because we're betting more sports as far as football, but also as far as this time of the year, you have certain teams that are actually really playing to win. Like these games actually means something. And then there's a bunch of these teams where these games, they're just playing. They have players on their team playing for contracts, stuff like that. But as far as the full team, the game, it really doesn't mean anything. So there's a lot to look out for there. So that's why my baseball volume just really starts to shrink down. But also, as far as the temps, the temps have actually already dropped way off.
Way down. It's 55 degrees in New York right now.
There's another thing that you definitely have to watch out for. Just as far as your question goes, yes. As far as baseball, I officially, those type of summer trends, that you were talking about. Yeah, like I no longer really go by those.
I also lied. I just said it was 55 in New York. It was this morning. It's up to 70. So I did lie. If you're taking into our weather account, I don't want to be wrong here. I did just double check. It's 70 degrees. But it was cold this morning. I'll tell you what. It is getting colder day by day all around the country, which affects the totals in MLB. JD, I have a total in this game, and I am taking the under 8.5 here. I think you can back on these two teams having a very tight game. Take a look at most recent performances for both teams. For the Phillies, 1-0 game yesterday, 5-4 game the day before, 4-2 game the day before, and a 2-0 game prior to that. For the Mets, 1-0 game yesterday, 3-2 game before, 6-3 game before, 5-4 game before, 6-2 game before. So we're seeing all runs on both sides under that 10 mark. The line in this game is 8.5. It's been bet up, and that's exactly what I am playing. Under 8.5 at -120. It's a little juicy, but I do think this one will go comfortably under the total, JD, and that's exactly what I'm going to be playing here. Before we move on to the second game, our guy J-Bo is asking Phillies first 5. What do you think about that, JD? And David is saying baseball's on life support for him until playoffs. Understand that as well.
I don't mind it, just in theory. Let me look up the price there, because at the end of the day, the price is what matters.
All right.
Phillies first 5. I actually do like it.
There we go.
It looks like you can basically get the same price for the first 5. I was expecting it to be a little bit, a little bit of a higher price, but it's not. I actually do like that first 5.
There we go. JD giving out first 5 winners. He's back in full action if he's giving out some first 5 bangers here. All right, JD, let's move on to the second game we're breaking down today, which is going to be my New York Yankees hosting the Detroit Tigers. Pitching for the Tigers is Casey Mize. Casey Mize is 13-5 on the year with a 3.87 ERA. Pitching for the Yankees is Will Warren, who, to be honest with you, JD, has looked a lot better over the last month or two. He's 8-6 on the year with a 4.28 ERA. JD, this one, the Yanks are coming in as a minus 155 currently. Tigers, great home team, not a good road team, which they're in that spot today. The Tigers are on the road, which on the season, they're 36 and 33. On the other side, for the New York Yankees, they're at home, they're 43 and 29. They are a much better home team than they are a road team. Both these teams are kind of in the same boat where they struggle on the road, but are both pretty dominant at home. Yanks are home in this one. JD, are the Yankees a parlay piece? Anything you take straight, or do you like another angle on this game?
This is a game that I actually added in today because I wanted to hear what actually you had to say here, because this is kind of interesting to me, especially at this price. Because as far as actually as far as Warren, just like you said, he has been pitching better recently. Then actually Casey Mize, I feel like we've talked about him on the show a ton about how especially after the All-Star break, he just hasn't looked the same. As far as his hard hits, as far as the runs that he's actually given up and everything. But I will say there was something about his last start. That was against the Mets. And that was one that I actually watched part of that game. And he looked better. Like, I don't know if it was just a one-off start or like what, but he looked like he had more of his stuff back than I've seen in quite some time here.
Yeah.
So to me, if that's the case, if he can reproduce that, which I obviously don't know that he can, but if he can pitch actually much like his old self, as far as the bullpens, this is a weird one for me. Because if you go by the bullpens just on paper, the Yankees have the better pen. But for me, if you look at more eye test currently, the Tigers have the better pen.
Do you think that's the case, though, at home? Because the Yankees' bullpen has been significantly better at home, and they're at home tonight.
There's part of it all. That's why I think this is a very interesting game.
Yeah.
Because for me, just actually like David said here, I could see the Tigers being a good value play. I think you can get them at plus 135 or so, which if you wait, you can probably get even more than that. Because as far as Yankees money, I would expect more of that to actually come in. But then again, you could sit here now and talk to me about this game and actually get me on the Yankee side here. So it's one of those games where I don't have a play and
you don't love anything on it. You don't love anything on it. I understand that.
I don't. But I could definitely make a case actually for each side here.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So the way I'm playing this, JD, is shocking, I'm sure, to everyone. I am parlaying the Yankees tonight. I'll give you guys the second leg. I am taking them with the Padres because we're not covering that game. Parlay currently comes in at exactly plus 150, so I do think there's value. The Yankees are hot. They're finally hot. They're coming in off beating 2 consecutive series wins over 2 good teams. They beat the Astros, which was very big for them. The Yankees do not do that often. They won the series. Following the Astros series, they returned home to play the Blue Jays, who at the time, I believe they were 4 games back of the Blue Jays when that series started. The Yankees won that series as well. All year, they've struggled against the good teams. They're now starting to beat the good teams as we get into the most important stretch of the year. The Yankees are home in this spot. The Yankees have been lights out at home. Not only have the Yankees been lights out, but Will Warren has been significantly better at home. As I said earlier, he has a 4.3 ERA on the season, but at home he has a 3.3. And recently that's gotten better and better in his home starts. So I do anticipate that to be a big factor in this game. I do think Will Warren will have a big performance. Casey Mize on the road doesn't exactly scare me if I'm back in the Yankees. Let's look at his road splits. On the road, Casey Mize on the season has a 4.3 ERA. He has not been lights out. The Yankees' bats have been rolling top to bottom. Even Anthony Volpe is starting to get some hits as well. So I am going to back the Yankees while they're hot and they continuously make a run. They're currently only 2 games behind the Toronto Blue Jays for first place in the AL East. With the way the schedules play out, I think the Yankees are going to win the AL East as well. And it's going to start with this series. This is a very big series for the Yankees. They need to win their home games against teams they need to beat. And I know the Tigers are a decent ball club. They're really only good at home. Let's be honest. They're 3 games above 500 on the road. The Yankees, 14 games above 500 at home. This is where the Yankees win. This is a spot the Yankees should win this game. And like I said, that's the parlay I'm taking. Yankees parlayed on the money line with the Padres. You can get that at an even plus 150. Thoughts on that, JD?
I mean, that's what I was saying. I knew after I said that, and then whatever you said, like I could see it. Because like I said, the case that you just made for the extra Yankees, it makes total sense. But then, like I said, I could kind of make a case for the other side, especially at this price. Also, so for me, I'm just gonna stay away. The Tigers, in the second half of the season, they were my team to kind of not bet on.
Yeah. You've been saying that since the All-Star break. Even before the All-Star break, they were a team you thought would regress, and they have.
And I was about to say that they have. Honestly, probably not as much as I thought they were, though. But they definitely still have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not going to. I'm just going to stay off this game, and I hope the Yankees win. So actually, you can win. So.
Yeah, me too, brother. Me too. So let's see a big Yankees win here. Question from our guy Hawkeye, who's tuning in a little late today. What's up, Hawkeye? We appreciate you tuning in as always. We did talk about the Phillies game. If you want to rewind it, that was our first breakdown. I can kind of give you the short version of it. JD's on the Phillies, and I'm on the under for that game. But you can go back, rewind, and see the full breakdown. We did not cover the Cubbies game yet. And that's because that's the next game we're talking about. JD, great way to transition into the next game. Right. We got the Chicago Cubs. We got the Atlanta Braves. Pitching for the Chicago Cubs is Cade Horton, who's been a pretty big surprise this year, in my opinion. He's 9-4 with a 2.7 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. On the other side, your guy, Spencer Strider, who I'm sorry, JD, I can't make up any excuses for anymore. He's pitched 101 innings this year. He has a 5 ERA. In 101 innings, he's allowed 100 hits, 41 walks, and 18 homers. To put that in perspective, JD, Cade Horton has pitched more innings than Spencer Strider, but Spencer Strider has given up exactly double the home runs as Cade Horton in more innings. So not exactly ideal numbers there. All that being said, JD, last night we had the Braves have a big win. I think it was actually it was that night. 4-1 win there. Cubs are struggling. Losers of 4 of their last 5. What do you like in this one? We have a pick'em line. Are you targeting a side, a total? What do you got?
First off, just as far as these two teams here, neither one with actually how their offenses are currently are teams I really trust that much because they just switch back from hot and cold, just actually crazy here. As far as, like you said, my guy, Spencer on the mound tonight, I'm going to bring it up again, and I'm going to keep bringing it up until they sit him. Why is he out there?
Makes no sense. I mean, at this point, I understand trying to get him to work back into it because the season's over, but at the same time, you're killing his confidence, and you're killing all the good things about pitching that you don't want to do, what you're currently doing to Spencer Strider.
Yeah, it's I don't understand it. I think he should be done for the season. Because what he's given up, I want to say recently. Basically, yes. He if you just take his last few starts, he is literally giving up a run every inning.
And JD, when we pull up a pitcher's most recent performances, it only gives us the first 5 on ESPN, or the last 5 games he's pitched. How are those 5 games looking when you take a look?
Bad. Very bad.
All bad, all losses. None of them the team won anything in his last 5 outings.
Yes. And then on the other side.
That's a great point here. This is what I was going to say. Thank you for stealing my thunder, David. I had this exact stat teed up. But yes, Cade Horton has allowed 4 runs across 47 innings in his last 9 starts, 2.78 ERA. He could be down for some regression, but he's been on fire. He's been on fire.
That's, that was one of my points and stats also here. If you look over the past I'm about to say couple months. If you just look at just overall pitcher rankings, I mean, he is a top 10 guy, man. Practically top actually 5 guy.
But here's the one question I also have for you, JD, on this game. So the last time Cade Horton pitched was against these Braves at home, where the Braves won 5-1. So does that mean anything to you as well? Because the Braves just had a big performance off Cade Horton.
I think that was off the bullpen. I don't think that was off of Cade.
When you click Cade Horton, let me pull it up here. Oh, maybe they did beat up on the bullpen. Yeah, he didn't give up any runs. You're right. They lost the game 5-1. They did lose the game 5-1. He got hit a little bit, but You're right. The bullpen's what exploded in that game, but they did just see him nonetheless. So does that mean anything to you?
But the Cubs also just saw Spencer, and they actually hit him up.
Yeah.
So you're on the same thing. But this is the only reason this is not a big play for me here. Well, one is because the Cubs' form. They have not been in.
They've been dog shit.
They've not been in the best form. That and both these teams just saw both of these players. But I am on the Cubs' first five here. You can actually get the Cubs' first five money line at a -105. So they are technically the dog here. And I just disagree with that. I mean, I disagree with everything about that. Like I said, this would normally be a large play for me, but there's these other factors that kind of lowered it back down some. I just don't see, unless you're going purely on form, like offensive form. I don't understand how the Braves could be favored here in the first five. I just trust that. I guess I just trust Horton more to have a better start here. I mean, there's what it actually comes down to.
Yeah, JD, I'm going to be short and sweet here. I'm on the Cubs in the money line. Everything you said is why I'm backing them. Cade Horton's the big point here. Spencer Strider's the big fading point here for me as well. They just saw Strider. They were able to get off on him. I have to probably change my verbiage there. Get off on him is a horrible way that I keep doing this. And I think about it after every time I say it, like, really? That must sound horrible. But it's what happened, unfortunately for him. In many ways, unfortunately for him. That's what's been happening. And the Cubs are going to get it done here. They need a big win. They lost yesterday. Disappointing game. They didn't show up. They need to show up today. They need to show up today. And I do believe they will. So give me the Cubs on the money line at -108. Definitely one of my favorite picks of the day. JD, we're flying. We only have one game left to break down today, which is kind of funny. If you guys were here with us for the duration of the show, since we started this show, what feels like 8 years ago, JD, it was only a year and 3-4 months ago. We've been doing this for a long time. Yep. Remember when our shows at the longest were at like 30 minutes? And like that was a long day for us. Like it was a long show.
They used to average around like 21 to 22 minutes, and like that was it. Yeah.
And the viewers, we have to thank you guys. You guys are what's made this awesome, giving us questions, comments. That's what's extended the show the most. But JD, I don't think we've had a show under 45 minutes in the last, 6 months. So it's kind of cool to see the progression of what this show has done. So I do have to quickly toot our own horn a little bit. But JD, outside of tooting ourselves, let's keep moving right along to the Diamondbacks and the Giants. And JD, we have a line here that you know. Oh, you know somebody on this panel, you could say, maybe the host of this program daily, likes where one of the odds are on one of the teams in this matchup. Like I said, we got the D-Bags, we got the Giants. Pitching for the D-Bags is Zach Gallen. Zach Gallen is 11-13. Wild, he has 24 results already with a 4.77 ERA and a 1.28 WHIP. On the other side, we have Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray is 10-6 with a 3.31 ERA. JD, before I let you go on this game, before I let you get off on this game, what do I always tell you when the Giants are in a certain range, even with a certain pitcher on the bump? Is there anything about this game that you think I'm going to be all fucking over?
I think you're going to be on the underdog here.
You do? Why is that?
Because the Giants, as this sort of favorite, is just not a spot you like. You like to back the Giants as an underdog.
Absolutely. When the Giants are a favorite in this spot around a -150, they are almost an automatic fade for me. The Giants are not a good team. They should not be -150 over most teams in the MLB. Diamondbacks, with their pitching matchup and Zach Gallen, yeah, they're slightly, I would say, have the lesser edge here. But with the value on the D-backs in this game, with how the Giants have performed all year, with how the Giants, I do not believe, are really even that great of a team, the D-backs are live, JD. The D-backs are live. They should have a fully loaded lineup tonight. And you know what I'm going to be on. So let's hear what you have to say on this game, because clearly I'm going to be on the D-backs.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm actually not on a side here, but I could see where, you would say that the Diamondbacks are definitely live here. As far as Gallen on the mound, he has, for most of this year, has been a guy who we've kind of faded.
Yeah, he's another one in the dog shit of the year. JD, I can't wait for our award show. I don't know if we've ever talked about this. We are definitely doing an end-of-season award show. Hefe's going to have to give his Gas Can of the Year finalists. You're going to have to give your guys, and I'm going to also have to give my favorite players to fade, favorite to back, and go over those teams. So that'll be a fun episode when we do that.
Yeah, definitely have to do that. As far as Gallon here, I mean, when you look at his numbers on the season, and just like you said, yeah, I mean, this is going to be his 30th, I believe, start of the year. So yeah, he has a lot of starts. But he has an ERA of 4.77, which has actually gotten lower because that was in the fives. And has a whip of 1.28, which has also gotten lower. That's because his last few games, he's actually been pitching well. That was versus the Rangers, the Dodgers, which that was a big one, and the Reds. I mean, he's been allowing very few hits and barely any runs. Is Zach Gallen back?
No.
I mean,
no,
I actually don't think so.
No.
Zach Gallen has actually had a good run here. But as far as weather goes, I will say, out of all the weather, it's very weird to say this, but in San Francisco is some of the best weather on this slate.
Yep. Yep.
So this is actually going to be a good weather game. And the Giants, their lineup have been scoring runs. They have definitely been scoring runs. But on the other side, for the Giants tonight, you have pitching Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray is one of those guys I've been saying this kind of the whole season. I mean, if you look at his wins and losses, they're actually good. He's still not a guy that I've been really wanting to back, especially with his walks. He is a guy who definitely tends to walk quite a few guys, and that can, we've actually taught this plenty of times. Sometimes he gets through it, and other times that means he ends up getting smacked up. So, you have that. But I will say his past few starts, they have not been very good. Versus the Rockies last time out, he gave up 4 earned. Versus the Orioles before that, he gave up 6 earned. The Brewers for that, he gave up 3 earned, but that's not, I guess, for the Brewers, that's not that bad. But anyway, and then those games, and just those 3 games, he has actually given up 8 walks. So as far as the Diamondbacks, this is a team that we've talked about it. As far as their pitching's not the best, but this lineup is still doing its thing though. They're still scoring runs here. So this is one. The total is at 7.5, and I think this total has to start with an 8. I just think it absolutely has to. So I am going to go up and over this.
There we go. So JD likes the up and over total, and I am all over the D-backs in this spot. JD, we're about to debut a new segment.
You know what? A Diamondbacks team total over might be good.
Let's take a look here if I could pull those odds up.
I say because it should be lower since actually they're the underdog.
Team total Diamondbacks. 3.5 juiced on the under. Minus 102 on over 3.5.
Nah, I would just take the full game.
Man, these scammers are so bad now, dude. I just got one of those tags. Hello, this is Disney. You want you to work us with me. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Okay, we're going to keep it moving. JD, we have a new segment we're debuting today.
Sorry. One more thing.
We're going to take a step back. Back.
Just step back real quick. Because we didn't hit any other games. But I do have to say one thing, and that is the Brewers game. The Brewers and the Rangers. Let me pull it back up here, guys. We all know, as far as Quinn Priester Day, we all love that. I don't have it up in front of me now. I forgot how many wins. I forgot.
I'm not doing that.
Where's
Stetsy Boy? Stetsy Boy is here. He tags me in it every start. I know you know Stetsy Boy. Let us know the exact number. I believe it's 18, maybe 19.
It could be more than that now.
I think so.
But anyway, though, we all know that. But we also need to know, though.
Stetsy's saying 16. I think it's a little more than 16,
I was
but I
about
don't
to
think
say,
it's
I
more than
could've-
20. I don't
like,
think it's more than 20.
I swore it was more than that. But anyway, I'm sure we will have that stat for the next Quinn Priester start. But Chad Patrick here for the Brewers. If I'm not mistaken, the Brewers have lost his past 8 starts now. So the Brewers are not a team that I really want to bet against.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. But if you are, today may actually be a good day for it, because if you like those actually type of runs.
You've been so disappointing on Priester Day recently. Like even a couple of them, you didn't take them. You were taking overs. You were saying today's gonna get hit. You've been off the Priester train, brother. The people know. The people see it. Joseph sees it. Dylan sees it. And Dylan has confirmed it is 17 games in a row that they have won.
Dude, no, I was spot on, man. I told you the night before when he fucking called me, he was scared. What did he do? He didn't even pitch the next game, dude. He backed out. I told you, I was fucking all over that.
And now we're back again. And another day, JD says he thinks the streak could be ending today. Very good, JD. Everyone sees it. We all know who you are. Don't you dare put that Brewers hat on ever again. Now, are we ready? To debut our new segment, which is going to be our favorite prop of the day, brought to you by the Hall of Fame app. JD, let's show the people today's prop that we found that we think is the best play on the board. I'll let you go into it.
Okay. This is kind of a random one, but through the Hall of Fame app is where we found this. Nathan Lukes for the Blue Jays. We're going to take him to actually strike out today, to just have one. He just needs one, and we cash this. The odds for that, best odds, as you can see here, are on DraftKings currently at plus 105. As far as the matchup he has today, the head-to-head, he's actually had at least 1K every single time, as you see, 100%. In his last 5 games, he's had at least one strikeout in actually 80% of those games. In his last 10 games, he has struck out at least once 9 times. That is 90%. In his last 20 games, he has struck out 70% of the time. Well, like I said, at least once.
At least once in those games. He's cashed his bet. What you're seeing here is how many times in his last games this is cashed. So not how many strikeouts he's struck out over the time frame. In his last 5 games, 4 of the 5 he struck out at least once. In his last 10 games, 9 of his last 10 he struck out at least once. And in the last 20 games, how good is my math here, JD? Now I'm going to have to slow down because now we're getting to actually needing to figure out. What is 70% of 20, JD? We'll put the math in your hands.
Oh, math in my hands?
That means out of 17 out of those games, he has struck it out. Only 3 games of his last 20, guys, he has not. No, that's wrong. I'm not going to try and do any more math. I'm going to leave that for you.
I think it's less than that. But anyway.
It is less than that.
Okay. But anyway, guys, you can see here, as far as graphs, like I actually know, like a lot of people actually like to use these, but you can change these for, last 5, last 10, last 20. As far as the whole season, you can look at it there. Like I said, you can change this in a bunch of different ways. But as far as the bullpen,
that's why we keep you around, Stetsy. 14. You double the one that I fucked up. It was 3. You double it. We're there. Math. Thank you, Stetsy boy.
But yeah, as far as even against the actual bullpen, for the last 3 years, you can even see his stats there. It like breaks down. But the cool thing about this is I found this under the trending tab here. So I'm going to click on that again now. And you can filter this by lots of things. By, if you want to filter by certain games, if you want to filter, like I said, by a certain stat type, hits, stolen bases, runs, like anything like that. There's a bunch of ways to filter these. But you can just go to the trending tab and it will, give you a bunch of them here.
Absolutely.
You could just keep scrolling and scrolling through and then see which one you like best here.
Absolutely. This app is so cool, man. Like, I can't stress it enough. Guys, we partnered with this app because we use this app. You see us navigate it. I was behind the dish yesterday with JD not here. You saw how quickly I was able to go through this app. That's because we are users of this app. We were subscribers of this app before we got into a partnership with them. These are the guys that we used, we trust, and we like. And JD, I believe it's $20 a month without our promo code. Around that, 20 or 25. With our promo code, it's a lot cheaper, and you get a free trial, guys. Check it out. Check it out. I can't stress it enough. It is the cheapest data app you can get. And if you guys like props, if you guys like SGPs, especially for football, we're getting into the meat and the potatoes. Really good advantages there. Really good advantages there. So make sure you guys take advantage of the Hall of Fame app. We're really excited to be partnered with them because we really enjoy the product. I can't stress that enough. JD, now I believe we have to go into our, I guess I could take off the Diamondbacks thing at the bottom, right? I think we could go into our best bets. But remember, it's not just us with best bets anymore. Our best bets are powered by, sponsored by, and, well, what's the best way to put it, JD? Loved by Funded Stake. Funded Stake is a fantastic company, guys, where you can go through one of their challenges and get funded to bet with their money and keep a portion of the returns. JD, I ask you this every time we talk about it. What's better than gambling with someone else's money and getting to keep a portion of the returns?
Nothing. Absolutely.
I mean, I could think of like maybe one or two things, but they're not able to be said on this show. I'm sure a couple other people would have the same opinion. But outside of that, there really ain't much better than that. So make sure you guys take advantage of it. And JD's cousin Derek has a little video for us that you guys will enjoy. So I'm going to put that on now.
FundedStake.io, the ultimate platform for sports traders looking to unlock their potential without risking their own money. We're here to help you transform your sports betting skills into a profitable and sustainable business. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Funded Stake gives you the tools and capital to scale your success. Here's how it works. 1. Choose your account. Pick an account size that fits your needs, starting from $1,000 all the way up to $50,000. Your journey starts here. 2. Take the challenge. Hit the profit target while sticking to our risk management rules. For example, with a $10,000 account, aim for $3,300 in profit, place a minimum of 25 sports bets, and maintain the required daily and total loss limits. 3. Get funded. Once you pass the challenge, we'll provide the capital for you to trade. You can keep up to 80% of your profits while we take on all the financial risks. At FundedStake.io, you'll benefit from a fully personalized dashboard where you can monitor your trades, track your challenge progress, and place real-time bets on all major sports leagues. Our platform is built for transparency, ease of use, and performance. With FundedStake.io, you can focus on winning and scaling your success while we cover the risks. No financial stress, just growth and profits. FundedStake.io. Bet smarter, scale faster, win bigger.
Bet smarter, scale faster, win bigger. From JD's cousin Derek.
That is actually hilarious because I was about to say the same thing.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Well, JD, let's bring up Funded Stake and go through our best bets of the day, and we'll put them in for the challenge. Let me tell you something, JD. Yesterday for the challenge, it got a little hairy because the third member of this show, we were in a little debate here because I was on the Vikings, he was on the Bears. He wanted to put the Bears in the challenge because I was the man behind the mouse, because I was the man who was able to click. I made him pick a different one. So thankfully, we did catch that Vikings play there. He had a player prop. I believe it was Swift over 13.5 receiving yards. Let's double check that. But JD, as I'm double checking that, would you like to put in your best bet for today?
Sure. And yes, that was the Swift over 13.5 receiving yards.
That cashed, right? I know he had like 9 on the first drive. I'm double checking now.
It did not cash.
Really? He had 9 on the first drive. I looked at my phone. Oh, that is brutal. 3 for 12. He was texting me in the first quarter. Nailed it. Oh, can't talk a little early, my friend. Can't talk a little early. So, JD.
Yeah. And as far as the whole NFL week 1, you learn real quick that you cannot talk early. Because, gosh, there was some.
JD, what is the promo code for HOF? One of our viewers just hit me up saying, I love HOF so far and seeing what you guys are doing. And he's looking to get the discount code. What is the discount code I may provide him? Discount code is
ATB50. And that gets you 50% off the price plus a 7-day free trial. But Fun State, guys, best bet. I didn't choose one pre-show. Going between a couple here.
Thank God. Ben Simmons said he's not signing with the Knicks. Thank God. Nobody fucking wanted you, bro.
I'll say I know that you're happy there. This is tough, guys. We're gonna go to that late game we talked about. Let's go to this Giants Diamondbacks game, and I'm gonna take the over here. And scroll down. Total runs is more towards the bottom here,
And guys, if you have any other questions, please make sure to reach out to us. We're here to help you guys any way we can. Seriously. Any DMs, any questions, shoot us a DM. We're happy to help. And shout out Bayou Bulldog. Fantastic getting to chat with you, brother.
They have a great number here. We can get the over 7.5 at -105. So that is what I'm going to go with.
All right.
Today.
Well, I'm ready for mine, Mr. JD.
Okay. Hit me with it.
Mr. JD. Under 8.5 in the Mets Phillies. Let's see what the line they have for it is, though. That's going to be pretty decisive if I take it or not. Because 8.5 on FanDuel is -124 right now. Don't love that. Don't love the -124. Let's see what they have. I like how they have the drop down. Makes it super easy to find everything. You don't have to go click another one that's like an alternative total. You don't have to hit regular. It's all under one thing.
Yeah, the under 8.5 is -130, and the under 8 is -110.
Give me the under 8 -110.
Okay.
That 20 cents is too much, in my opinion, for the half run.
For that, yeah, and actually that certain case.
I would agree. It's the difference of we could either push or cash. So we'll take that.
So once again, best bets today here through fun's sake. Alpha's going to take the Phillies and the Mets under 8 runs, and then I'm going to take the Giants and the Diamondbacks over 7.5 runs.
There we go. There we go. JD, it's been a fun show, brother. It's great to have you back. We're in the meat and the potatoes. I know tomorrow we're going to probably incorporate a little football action, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. So make sure you guys are tuned in. JD, any parting words for the people before we get the fuck out of here today?
Yeah, just actually one more thing. As far as our sponsors goes, we definitely have to thank them. I do have to bring up all of their codes for us here.
Boom.
Just actually, once again, the Hall of Fame app is half off plus a 7-day free trial. If you need a link for these, if you're on YouTube, they are actually right down below. And as far as Twitter, if you are there, they are actually in the post for this show. And then for Funded Stake, you can take 20% off any of the challenges, any actually like a challenge size there, and that's with code MBM20. Guys, if actually y'all like the show, if you want to help us out, click those links. Right there is what makes this actual show go. So if you would like to help us out, definitely click on those for us.
The best way to support us, guys, is to support our sponsors. That's how we're able to do this every day. That's how we're able to take time out of our lives every single day, plan this show for hours, get on the show, go through it, chop up these videos. There's a lot that goes into putting these shows out for you guys. The best way, if you do want to support us, besides obviously signing up for our VIPs, is to support the sponsors because they are what powers this show.
100%. Yeah, man. It's a fun show. Glad to be back. Somehow it's still a 50-minute show.
I just was going to say that to you when we got off. I was going to wait till we got it's still, we're peeling back the curtain. Me and JD said only 4 MLB games today. Probably going to be a short one. You know, it's midweek baseball. I'm not sure how many people are still into baseball. Well, there's 1,000 of you still fucking here. And we've been on for 50 minutes. So JD, we were wrong with our assumption, but you guys are great. We'd rather be here all day doing this. So thank you guys for the questions. Thank you for supporting, and thank you guys for being here, rocking with us every single fucking day. JD, do that thing and get us the fuck out of here.
Yep. Shout out to the chat. But yeah, guys, tomorrow football's back.
Is Hefe back tomorrow? Is he back from Boston?
I'm not sure if he's back tomorrow or not.
No, he'll be back by Thursday.
I'm about to say. I know he's definitely back by Thursday.
I think he is back tomorrow, but we'll find it. We'll figure it out.
We'll find out. But anyway, tomorrow, yes, we will definitely be doing that. Man, Nick, if you want hockey, you have to come on the show, man. You are the hockey guy. You
don't want me talking hockey, brother. You don't want me. We'll have you on. I will hear and tee up some questions. You don't want my hockey analysis. I don't even look into it. I'm going to be honest here.
And I don't say this I'm not sure if I've ever said this about anybody in actually any sport, but as far as our Discord, as far as our hockey capper, which actually is Mr. Nick here, I've seen. I mean, me and you have been in this industry for a long time now, years and years. I've never seen a better hockey capper than I actually am, or actually maybe even anybody specializing in one sport better than actually this guy does.
Hell yeah.
If you like hockey, or even if you don't like hockey, as far as money, if you just like making money, join us. Join the Discord, and
I like
get
making
Nick's
money.
place. I mean, like I said, as soon as you see his stats, like it's just absolute nuts. So, shout out Nick, and but yeah, guys, we will see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Tonight, let's just do what we do. Let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Peace out, everybody. Bye, JD.